Looking at their first venture, and then at Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, it is evident that the Chinese Room's newest game is the refinement of everything Dear Esther was. It is startlingly beautiful, and has a sense of place like nothing else currently on this generation of console. It entwines character stories with finesse and deals with environmental narrative cleverly. It is an experience, and a strangely ethereal one at that. Everybody Has Gone to the Rapture is a first-person exploration game. Its premise is simple. Everybody has vanished, and the player needs to find out what has happened. It takes multiple characters and creatively strings their narratives together, playing both a linear narrative and mixing up the chronology of the story. Throughout the game I was constantly wondering at the relevance of what I was hearing and seeing. I knew everything had a larger purpose, and it was fascinating each time a link was made. The game continuously cultivated my need to explore, and constantly held my curiosity.
You shouldn't be smoking, you know. Not in your condition.
It's Stephen's fault. He got me started again.
I'm not going to try and stop you, but the weather's looking pretty rough. There's a storm coming.
That's what Stephen said. He said he'll meet me, but there's things he has to do first. He seems to think that all of this is connected to him. I don't know. I'm going anyway, whether he comes or not.
I'm assuming Stephen has thought of a way through the quarantine.
Well, he's clever. You gotta give him that.
Do you trust him, though?
Well, I love him, so I'd hope that was good enough.
I hope so, too. Listen, if you can't get through, for whatever reason, I'm getting people together at the village hall, rounding up stragglers, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I've got all the campers together here, doing a show. Peter Pan. The kids love it. It'll take their minds off things. Hey, did you see that?
The Chinese Room must also be congratulated with their ability to keep the player guessing if the resolution of the masterful story is religious or scientific, spiritual or extraterrestrial, or a combination of all of them. A particular jubilant sequence has the skyline change from a summer's day to a galaxy-strewn night sky, and as it changes, a swell of a hymn. I could describe this as a juxtaposition, but it works phenomenally well. There is no conflict with either of Everybody's Gone to the Rapture's themes. These themes translate to the more visual elements of the game too. Two of my favourite pieces of imagery being the observatories overlooking one part of the valley and the church perched atop a hill. Both are striking. What interests me most about these two sets of buildings is how they overlook the community along with the windmill. It feels like there is some deep allegory there with their positioning. It's a shame that the amazing visuals are sometimes marred by a drop in frame rate, or texture pop-in. When the slowdown happens, it breaks the immersion instantly. Luckily, traversal in Everybody's Gone to the Rapture is at a snail's pace, which adds in some tracks from the game at the same time. It forces the player to really look at their surroundings, but on the other hand, it can become laborious when wishing to backtrack to somewhere else you've previously explored. Everybody's Gone to the Rapture is a game in principle, but it feels more like an experience where as a player you silently observe a complex story, where you connect with characters you can barely perceive, where you struggle with conflicting theories and emotions. In terms of gameplay, there is only the most basic input, but what as a player you gain through this is some of the most complex and gripping storytelling I've personally experienced in a game. It is a marvel of design and art direction.